gets herself the first two of the game.
Number 10, Haywood. Number 15, Michaela Patrick. Number 22, Katie Mira. And number 23, Ariana Rivera. That's the starting five for the Lady Sabres, who are coached by, Michael Platt. Assistant coaches Tracy Jacobs, Megan Schmidt, and Delane Pulse Jones. As you see, I believe, a first personal foul.
That foul was on Katie Mira. She kind of fell asleep on the baseline, and she allowed Hunt to get down on the inside of her, and she committed a foul. Hunt shooting two.
So that's the first personal foul by Katie, number 22. First team foul. Hunt is really thinking about this. All right.
Yeah. It's always good to take the time on the free throw line.
Absolutely.
They are free. No charge.
Sabres are led by their principal, Rick Malone, athletic director Rebecca Skinner. And the second free throw is good, paid off. So 3-2 is the score. See a three-point attempt. No good by Burton. It's a jump ball called.
And here we see Michaela Patrick on the glass again. She was key in that win against the Wildcats, being on the glass.
Indeed she was. She contributed on the glass and was a solid scorer. We see another three-point attempt just off the mark by Rivera. That ball was last touch, flicked out by Patrick. The Bulldogs, the starting lineup. Number 4, Jemiah Sanford. Number 10, Promise Burton. Number 15, Jemiah Williams. Number 23, Arnasia Rogers. And number 24, Jalen Hunt. That's the starting lineup for the Bulldogs. As we see Sanford gather the ball, and she comes across the court. She gets possession of it again, taking it inside. Before the shot could go off, Hunt was fouled.
Yeah, Michaela just got stuck right there and stuck that leg out there, and called a blocking foul on her. Her first foul.
First personal foul committed by Michaela Patrick. Second team foul for the Sabres. Rogers with the ball, handing it back off to Sanford. Sanford had the ball deflected out of bounds. Stays with the Bulldogs. Substitution going into the game is Tamaya Patrick, replacing Mira. Katie Mira has one foul. See the Bulldogs getting it back. Burton is sizing it up, driving, and as she drives, she's fouled. I believe that's going to be a second foul. I said that was Burton earlier. That was Haywood.
Fouls on number 10, Ray Haywood, first team third.
That's the third team foul. Haywood's first personal foul. Wyandotte to get back on the board. That shot is off the mark, but the Bulldogs are surrounded to all gather it. They did not call it. They did finally get it right and call the travel. She slid on her back. Probably some communication there to let them know, hey, it's your player. I got you.
Maybe she thought there was some snow on the ground.
Yeah, it was, yeah. Like a good sled right there. This is the Walt Shabloom Gymnasium, the legendary coach.
Yeah, this gym holds a lot of memories for a lot of people. There would be a day we wouldn't be able to sit right here where we're at, Doc.
That is absolutely true.
The stands would be out and all the rowdies sat down here on the court.
First personal foul was committed by Jemiah Williams. Her first team foul for the Bulldogs. Shooting two free throws is Michaela Patrick. She missed the first of two. And the second one is good. 4-2 is the score in favor. 3-3 is the score. It's a tie ball game. You see Burton taking it across the court. Nice ball.
Nice ball handling right there. She just didn't make the shot, but that was good ball handling. Sumner's going to have to do something about that if she's going to penetrate like that in the paint.
Great effort by Hunt. Oh, that one almost could have been intercepted. As you see Rivera tossing it in to the younger Patrick, and she was unable to control that. Turnover committed by the Sabres. Just under 5.5 minutes to go in this very first quarter. As they throw that long pass, Sanford's able to gather it, unable to keep control, but she was fouled on the attempt, so she'll be shooting 2.
Yeah, we see the Lady Bulldogs right now being aggressive tonight. Tonight we saw Sumner be very aggressive against the Wildcats, but tonight it seems like the Bulldogs are just a little bit more aggressive. So we'll see what changes Coach makes on.
First personal foul committed by George. There was some foul trouble the last game as well.
They did.
George sat out quite a bit. Sanford sinks the first one. Good job. Was able to drown out the noise.
That's right.
4-3 in favor of the Bulldogs. I didn't know they could bring sounds into the game.
The cowbells are in full effect. Nothing changes with Bulldogs.
Just off the mark, rebounded there by Haywood. Brought quickly up the court by George. George looks to pass it off to Patrick, but unfortunately it was intercepted and deflected out of bounds by Hunt. Hunt unable to gather that steal, that near steal.
Yeah, that was a good look right there by Jordan down low to Patrick. Just got a hand on it by the Bulldog.
Great move to the hole, unable to sink that one, but Patrick almost gets it back and taken back by the Bulldogs. And free for all right now. Sanford last touched that ball, so it's going to go with the Sabres. It stays with the Sabres.
Boy, Doc, you were a little more sure than the officials were on that one right there. Eh?
I know what I saw.
Sure. That's right. We don't want no trouble. We don't want no trouble.
Another deflection and steal there.
Yeah, that was ill-advised pass right there by Rivera.
Hunt unable to keep control. That ball was off her feet. She got excited.
There was nothing there. She tried to thread something that wasn't there, and luckily for her, she got back on defense and knocked that ball out. So no harm done.
Taken back up the court by Rivera, who really produced well in the last ball game against the Wildcats.
She did. She lived in the passing lane against the Wildcats the other night.
Coach, if I'm not mistaken, it seems like 3 away games for this Sumner team. That was the first personal foul committed by Jeremiah Sanford.
Yeah, she just got a little aggressive out there, 30 feet away from the basket. No need for that. Just don't get too handsy. Now you know.
Patrick's assessment, she's being trapped. Able to get it out to her sister. Then hand it off to Haywood. Haywood takes a shot, no good. Off the front of the rim, taken up the court by the Bulldogs. Stanford is driving. Unable to finish that layup, but she's fouled. That's going to be the second personal foul committed by George.
Yeah, George got down low. We don't have the lower arc down here, but you know, she was down up underneath that basket. They're going to call you for the block anytime you're underneath that basket. That imaginary arc is right there.
Two shots attempted by Sanford. First one is off the mark. Reporting into the game for the Sabres is Lopez replacing George, and there's going to be timeout on the floor. This is a 30-second timeout. Students of the month for January, congratulations are in order for our January Students of the Month. We want to recognize the students for being outstanding scholars. Bowie Leon at Bethel Early Childhood Center. Gustavo Human at Noble Prentice Elementary School. Brandon Kinsey at Hazel Grove Elementary School. Dim Leon at Arrowhead Middle School. And Andrea Fernandez at Alfred Fairfax Academy. Let's give a big shout out to those awesome students, the students of the month for January. Congratulations to the teachers, the parents, the administrators, all of the school community that help make it possible for those scholars to be focused and to be targeted on school. We congratulate you. We know there are many more out there. We're grateful to be able to honor those students who were selected. One more free throw left here by Sanford. Just off the mark, rebounded by Patrick. Tamaya Patrick taken up the court by Lopez. Rivera gets the ball, sizes it back up, gets it back to Lopez. Lopez surveys where to go, and she gets it to Haywood. Haywood is trapped, but she gets out of the trap to Rivera. Rivera's driving, and she just threw it up to create the foul.
Yeah, she just took it inside the paint right there, and the referee saw the little bump there and kind of bailed her out. And right now, we're seeing Sumner's offense kind of being bogged down and keeping the ball on one side of the court and allowing the Lady Bulldogs to guard one.
We have a media timeout.
And we're going to take a media timeout. That last foul was committed by Jemiah Williams. We'll be back. We'll be back after this courtside. So stay with us for the courtside. You'll see Ariana Rivera from Sumner Academy with Coach Pratt. Stay tuned.
This is Coach Platt. I'm here with senior Ariana Rivera. This is Court Chat. Ariana, do you have a favorite pregame ritual?
Probably just praying before games with the team and breaking it down.
Ariana, what gets you hyped for a game?
Listening to music,
Nice. What is your signature move on the court?
a floater.
What is your favorite pregame meal?
I just be snacking. Anything.
And we are back at Court Chat with Ariana Rivera. Pretty good and revealing. We always love to hear from our student athletes, our scholars. The next major timeout in the second quarter when we have our Court Chat, Jemiah Sanford from Wyandotte Bulldogs. Lady Bulldogs will be the guest Court Chat person. So you stay tuned. We love that we're able to showcase, Coach, the various great things that are going on in the district, our great scholar athletes, our great scholars, the staff members that are making it happen. So it's always good to be able to do that here on KCKPS Sports Network.
You know, it's good that we're here doing this with, the district that we came out of.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It's really enjoyable.
Ariana Rivera will be shooting 2 free throws coming out of that timeout. That free throw is off the mark. Bulldog faithful, a lot of the band members are able to create enough noise.
That's right. That's right.
And that basket is good. Score is tied again. Tied at 4. 3 minutes and 47 seconds to go in this opening frame. Competition between the Lady Sabres, Sumner Academy, and the Lady Bulldogs from Wyandotte High School. That pass is thrown long, but Sanford is there to recover it, and she's going full steam ahead, able to get it off after not having the angle. Very smartly taken out. Burton with the ball. Passed around there to Carrera. That ball was put up. Boy, these baskets are just off the mark for Burton
Just
and
rolling
others.
out of there, but I see the Bulldogs' game plan is to get the ball in the paint at all costs.
And you got to like that.
You have to like that as a coach.
And a high percentage shot, eventually it will start to fall. You see the Sabres looking to tack on and create a lead. They're going to call jump ball, or a person going to call jump ball, and that's going to be a turnover created by the Bulldogs. That's going to go back to the Bulldogs.
Possession back to the Bulldogs.
Let's see if they'll do the Hail Mary again. I think she's just throwing it long, Coach.
Hey, she
Anticipating.
said, my player's out there. That's the Patrick Mahomes and Tyreek deal, right? She's down there somewhere.
Wasp. Give us some Tom and Jerry.
We saw a
The
version.
Harden.
We saw the Harden version of the Wasp on Sunday, bro.
They called it Tom and Jerry.
The Tom and Jerry is the
The Tom and Jerry show.
How do you run the same play 3 times in the Super Bowl and be successful 3 times?
Oh wow, I love it.
Tomorrow
Tomorrow will be
with the corn dog.
That's right. Hey, and if we have to remind you all, parents that are watching, no school tomorrow.
No school.
I will even be at the parade. No school in my district and other places. We'll be there celebrating our hometown Chiefs, their Super Bowl victory. That ball was shot a little bit too hard by Burton.
That's a little bit hard off the glass. It's a good idea, but you got to hit that square.
Rivera brings it down the court, passes on to Lopez. Lopez back to Rivera. They're just playing keep away or hot potato.
Yeah. They're trying to get the defense to move. And
Patrick got in on the mark. That one was just deflected out of bounds by Sanford. Lopez needs to be careful. Sanford's hungry.
She's hungry today. She's up there at the top. You know, when you play the top up there, that's where I played at. You're the runner.
There you go.
You got to have all the energy up there. They always put the little guy up there. Run, little guy.
Jemiah comes back into the game for the Bulldogs. She has 2 personal fouls. That's a nice play.
That was a good play. It's just unfortunate to knock that down. That's a good play.
Patrick wants that, and then she gets the foul. Probably the frustration foul.
Yeah, we'll call that one the nickel and dime. That was one that was unneeded. I've been waiting for Sumner to do that. I've been watching the Bulldogs. That backside of that defense is just kind of leaking a little bit too deep into the paint, and Sumner is finally doing that.
As we see number 24, Hunt, coming to the charity stripe. That was the second foul on Patrick. That free throw is good. Coming into the game is number 24, McCord, for the Sabres. You'd almost think that was the hometown fans cheering during the free throws. Somebody else making noise.
Yeah, I remember back in the day.
Oh, that's intercepted. Taking up the court. Can she finish? Oh, just off the mark, but recovered by Sanford. And Sanford is fouled. Well, I tell you what, that looked promising by Carrera. And she came up the court from that steal.
Yeah, I've kind of been watching her up and down the court here. She's been sitting there eyeballing that pass the last 2 possessions down there. She finally took off. Someone's going to have to do a better job. That cross-court pass is never going to be successful from that deep out.
That personal foul was committed by Lopez, shooting 2 free throws to Sanford again. Just out again. She's missed her last 4 free throws. The Bulldogs are coached by Anthony Davis, and Anthony Williams. I had the great pleasure of being he and my older brother's bat boy. They play Little League Baseball here in Kansas City, Kansas.
Well, you were being a bat boy. I was on the field against him.
Yeah, you were. You sure were. Oh, another interception by the Bulldogs. You think we're playing football? Except for the tackling.
Except for the tackle. Except for the tackle. We may see some of that tonight.
Yeah, I hope not. We might. Another rebound by Burton. I tell you what, defensively, this Bulldog team, coach, has been extremely impressive. Yes, just a matter of finishing, and that basket is good.
That
no
is
charge.
Good. No charge that time. The referee said no foul, no harm, and another basket by Williams.
What did Shirley Caesar say for the 9 months I carried you? No charge.
No charge. No charge.
Oh, boy, another deflection. And a steal. She's timing that. And that time off the mark, but Sanford recovers and gets it in.
Gets another one. Yeah, someone's going to have a conversation about those cross-court passes. They're lazy.
Out called on the floor. Great action. You're watching the KCKPS Sports Network. This is a full timeout. And we are back from 02. The kindergartners registration here. We want to remind parents who have kindergarten students starting in school for the first time. The kindergarten registration is now underway. To register, a student must be 5 years old and live within the school district boundaries. The registration window closes on Wednesday, May the 15th. To learn more, go to kckschools.org. Coach, it's hard to believe 43 years ago I was just starting kindergarten, Hazel Grove Elementary School. Uh-oh, another near steal.
Near steal.
How long ago was that for you? Never mind.
Quite some time. quite some time.
Oh boy.
We'll say 50.
There we go. That's a good thing.
That's a good thing. I was a Bulldog at one point.
There you go.
Red and white, but that would be a Parker Bulldog.
Personal foul was committed by number 24 for the Bulldogs, Hunt. That was her first personal foul, and she fouled Jocelyn McCord, who was shooting 2 free throws. Score is 9-4. We're at 48 seconds left in this first quarter. This has been kind of a long quarter.
Yeah.
Not a stoppage, not a great defensive plays. That free throw did not get any iron or board, so that possession will go back to the Bulldogs. So that was an empty trip. Another long pass. Boy, I think that's in the playbook. Sanford passes it out, gets it on to her player. Unable to connect was Hunt, and they're going to call a personal foul against the Bulldogs.
Yeah, Doc, what we're saying right now is Bulldogs just lining 4 across, and the Sabres are not staying between the basket and the players. On the opposite side, they're not guarding their basket, so it's a good pass. Just throw it over the top.
That's the second personal foul committed by Sanford. Just at 43.3 seconds to go. And that first free throw is good by Burton. Sorry, by Haywood, I'm sorry. She has one more on the way. No Sabres on the line. And let's expect her to hit these shots, Coach.
Yes. Sometimes it's a coachable moment of free throw.
And they're going to call before the they're going to call basket.
Oh, basket, good. She
That's
was in the
gonna be a
motion.
three-point
She was definitely in the motion, and we saw
opportunity.
Patrick right there just kind of stick her leg out. She never really committed to taking that charge. She was hoping that she was going to get ran into. So that happens right there, and see that and one. And right now, we're seeing the Sabres on their heels right now. They're trying. Coach is trying to figure out what they need to do.
That basket was good by Burton. She's shooting a free throw to complete the traditional three-point play. That last foul was committed by Maya Patrick, number 14, her first personal. That free throw is way off the mark. Taken back up the court is Lopez. Given to Patrick. Patrick gets it back over to Rivera. Rivera gets it back to Burton. Haywood on the corner, unable to connect. But Lopez comes in and gets her ball on it. Who had touched it last? I believe it was touched last by
Lopez.
Lopez. That position will go to the Bulldogs.
Yeah, we're seeing Sumner miss a lot of shots that they made on the other night against the Wildcats, and the Bulldogs right now they're playing great defense.
Give back to Burton. She takes it up the court, and they're going to call travel. She's trying to thread the defense.
She was trying to thread the defense, Doc. She should have kept her dribble instead of trying to pick it up and throw it. And she committed something that we will call illegal.
Patrick taking it out. Bounds near midcourt. Lopez gathers it. Just 10 seconds to go. We'll see if they're going to do a countdown. That one's intercepted once again by Hunt. 3 seconds to go. Let's see what she can do. Nice attempt. Great angle, but just not enough.
Just not enough.
Well, that's at the end of one quarter. The Sabres are leading 11-5 against the Lady Bulldogs. Stay with us as we have our second courtside with Jemiah Sanford from the Lady Bulldogs. You're watching KCKPS Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Coach Tony Williams of Wyandotte Girls Basketball. I'm here with sophomore guard Jemiah Sanford, here with Court Chat. Jemiah, who do you pattern your game after?
I would say my auntie. She played in high school and in college.
What do you think your signature go-to move is during the game?
It probably would be crossover and attack the basket.
You got any pregame rituals?
I don't believe so.
Music, hype music before the game?
Yes, I listen to a lot of gospel music before the game and have a chat with God.
What's your favorite meal before a game?
Subway.
What's some things your teammates don't know about you?
You know a lot, but I would say I love to paint.
All right. Once again, I'm Coach Tony Williams with sophomore Jemiah Sanford. This has been Court Chat.
Inbound the ball to start the second quarter. Ball taken by Burton and driving up the court. Can she finish? Too hard. Last ball was deflected by Burton out of bounds, but great effort.
Yeah, it was a great effort. She was just a little strong on that layup, but we see the Bulldogs playing the passing lane on the Sabres. The Sabres are struggling today with their passing. So we're just going to have something to talk about at halftime.
As we see George, she contemplated throwing it in, but once again intercepted and stolen by Burton and then deflected out of bounds by Patrick. So that's going to stay with the Bulldogs, creating the turnovers. You got to credit Coach Williams. I know he's been at this for quite some time.
Yes, he has.
He has really worked with his scholar athletes to do the fundamental
came out
things.
to play today.
They really did. And they're going to say 5 seconds.
5-second call. You know, Doc, I pushed for that 2 years ago to bring that 5-second call back in to award the defense for a good defensive play. And they brought that back.
See George taking it back up the court. Haywood is off to the left, looking for a pass from Patrick. She tries a three-point attempt, and it's just off the mark. No three-pointers so far this game, but it stays with the Sabres. Ball off the foot. It looked like it was off the foot of George, but they didn't catch it. So, hey, stays with the Sabres.
The official is closer than us, huh? You don't want no trouble.
Passed off to the corner. George thought about it, faked it, and drove it on in. The other day, that was an automatic for her.
That was an automatic, yeah.
Great shot there by Haywood, able to sink one. That's just her third point of the game. 11-7 in favor of the Bulldogs with just under 6.5 minutes to go in this first half. Ball rebounded by Patrick. Taken up the court by Rivera. Before giving it back to George. George near the top of the key, thinking about driving, and then she does a nice spin move, and fouled. And she drove towards the basket.
Yeah, she drove towards the basket. We're seeing right now, we're starting to see George try to take that ball in a little bit more. So Sumner's made an adjustment to this zone. Make a couple passes and then try to get inside that paint. We'll see if they can continue to do that.
First foul committed by Rivera. Ball almost taken away. George having a difficult time keeping possession. Sanford comes out of there with the basket. They're going to say that it's a jump ball, but that's going to still be a turnover because the possession arrow is in favor of the Bulldogs. This team is aggressive.
Yes. And at times you have to be aggressive and take the game to someone else.
Almost trapped there in the corner, not being able to make a decision. Sanford gets the ball She passes out to number 23. That basket was just off the mark for Rogers. Ball rebound taken by the Sabres and taken up the court by George. Handed off for a three-point attempt just off the mark by Haywood, but rebound by Patrick. Patrick looks like she's playing that schoolball rules of touch the rim, got to take it out.
She did look like she was taking it back out, and she may have had her sister for a little bounce pass down there, but she didn't think so.
Yes. Turnover committed once again by the Sabres.
Doc, we're just not seeing Sumner knock down the shots that we saw the last 2 times we've seen them play, and a lot of that is contributed to the Bulldog defense.
Absolutely.
They're denying everything, and they're making it very tough.
That was a foul committed by the Sabres. Patrick's frustration.
Foul is on number 14.
They call that foul on number 14.
Her second.
Tamaya Patrick. That is her second.
They got the Patricks mixed up.
I think they did.
What do we know? We're just on the mics now.
But I think Michaela, who has 2 fouls, she's saying thank you.
Yes. Yes.
They put up on the board that it was number 13, but that was actually number 14 that committed that foul. And that was a rear turnover committed by the Bulldogs. They haven't had very many of those.
Haven't had very many today, Doc.
Not as many as the Sabres have. See what George is able to do. George just has 2 points in the game. She was their opening scorer. 11-7 is the mark. Haywood attempts a three-pointer. This time it's good.
This time she was successful. She just keeps shooting. Shooters will shoot, Doc. Shooters will shoot.
She is the second leading scorer, for the Sabres. Sanford has 6 for the Bulldogs. 11-10 is the score. Sanford drives it. A little bit out of control.
Nice aggressive play, though. Gotta take it in there.
Looked like George moved a few feet and she was taking it up court, but all in the move. They're going to call jump ball, and that's going to go back to the Bulldogs.
Doc, we may have to start keeping tab of the jump balls. I think we saw about 17 of them the other night between the Sabres and the Wildcats.
It was near 20 possession changes. I've never seen that many.
A lot of times at the next, especially in the men's game, they call fouls a lot instead of jump balls.
So, Coach, when you do see that, what is that a sign of?
It's just aggressive. It's just aggression. That's all. That's all. Instead of reaching in, you want to reach in with 2 hands to get the ball and not just slap down on it.
Ball was deflected out of
down on the other end.
George is hurt. That's their leader. So we're going to take a quick pause here as the officials work with George. He's having a tough time there on the court. With that injury timeout, the KCKPS early childhood programs. Parents, are you interested in early childhood programs at KCKPS? Now is the time to make an appointment. For applications, you'll find the very latest on district-wide programs, events, scheduled board meetings, and more. Programs include Head Start and State Pre-K. Simply call 913-627-5257. That's 913-627-5257. I think I was getting ahead of myself, coaching, listing off another thing. But we do want you to stay connected with the KCKPS Sports Network. You'll be able to see some of the most in-depth information, the coverage. We have our pregame, which Chuck, who's leading that for all of us. And we see George being able to walk off the court on her own. It's always a good sight.
Always a good sight.
We've got Coach Mo, Coach Karen, Coach Jameson. We've got Coach Danae.
Yeah.
Was in studio.
They do a good job in that studio, Doc.
They do.
To watch that, and that's a good job.
They do. And we have a lot of eras that are represented. We got the 70s.
The 70s.
We got the 80s.
The 80s. That's
got the 90s.
The 90s and 2000s.
I don't remember when Danae graduated. Got the 2000s. So we've got us represented here. KCK zone. That ball was turnover committed by the Bulldogs. I even have my former assistant principal, who's now the principal here at Wyandotte High School, is Mary Stewart. Just under 4 minutes to go in the second quarter, first half. A three-point attempt was attempted by Haywood. They said the ball was last deflected by a Bulldog. So we're going to take another extended time out. You're watching the KCKPS Sports Network. We'll be back after this 2-minute commercial. Stay tuned.
We're here to announce that you are the elementary representative for the Horizon Award winner. So congratulations.
I wanted to nominate Hannah Brayfield because she exudes an exemplary teacher. Students in our building truly enjoy coming to music every day. They truly enjoy the movement. She teaches them so many basic skills. And as a result of that, they are growing, they're making progress.
I just love what I do. It's my favorite thing. So it feels cool to get recognized, but it's my favorite thing to do day to day. I just really like the job.
I really wish I wasn't dressed like a student.
It's okay. It's okay. So, Caitlin, we're here to let you know that you are the secondary Horizon Award winner for Kansas City, Kansas Public Schools, and you will be representing us at the state level.
I nominated Miss Miller because starting school, teaching, is a challenge anyway. But starting in the middle of a school year, she started in January with kids who had been used to subs or coverage from other teachers. And she came in and took it like a champ.
I'm very hard on myself, like most teachers are. So like, it's just nice to know that what I do is noticed.
Both of the teachers that we recognized in the last 2 days were truly surprised. And when you read their letters of recommendation, you know that they are student-centered and they want to engage families and they want all of our students to graduate with a Diploma Plus, and they're doing everything in their power to ensure that.
And we are back. 3 minutes and 43 seconds to go in the second quarter. The Bulldogs are holding on to the slimmest of leads, 11-10 against the Sabres of Sumner Academy. Coach, your assessment so far?
Well, the assessment so far is we're not seeing the same Sabre team we saw the other day against the Wildcats. They're not knocking their shots down. They're getting the rebounds, but their offense seems to be bogged down by this Bulldog defense that seems to be pretty quick. It's making it tough on the Sabres to get that ball moving around. And so we'll see what changes get made in the second half.
Patrick unable to make the basket after the close rebound. So the Bulldogs take it up court. Burton has it. Gets it off to Carrera. Back to Burton. Burton sized up for a three-point attempt. And that's banked off
it down.
The backboard.
The bank is open, Doc.
It's open.
There is no need to go inside. Just go to the ATM and get what you need.
Three-point basket by Burton. That was sweet. 14-10 is the score. Three-point basket attempt by Haywood, just off the mark. She hit one earlier. Rebounded by Rivera, a reverse, no good. That time, number 42, Harbin. Rhea Harbin rebounds it, taken back up the court by Burton. Burton's feet slid, but the ball kept bouncing. Three-point attempt by Carrera. That one's off the mark. She's going to hit one soon. I just feel it.
Hit one if she continues. Right now, she's just playing great defense on Rivera.
Patrick's able to get the nice angle.
Court. Nice pass to get up the court quick, and Patrick there for the basket.
That's her first field goal of the evening. She has 3 points. I don't believe that Harbin was aware of her players, and she kind of threw it out there.
Yeah, she did not know there's no one around her.
Sabres are looking to either tie it or take the lead as Burton looked around. Lopez has the ball. She's going to take a shot, and that's good.
Oh, that's a good shot right there by Lopez. As we see Carrera, we see Doc, we see Coach Williams over there running the box and one. He's been doing that for a while, and what he's doing is taking the ball out of the hands of Rivera. So Sumner is countering that by just having Rivera stay at the top, but that puts a lot of pressure on Hayward to knock down baskets with George sitting on the bench.
See Once again, the Bulldogs sizing it up. That foul they're going to call on
Yeah.
Tamaya Patrick. That's going to be her third personal.
Yeah, that was definitely a foul right there. Not sure why she jumped into her like that. All she had to do was just get big and wall her off. But she left her feet and bumped into her, and that's a foul every time.
You see multiple substitutions. Minute and 45 seconds remaining in the second period. Burton inbounds it to Sanford. Sanford thinks about it. She drives it underneath the basket. Takes the shot. Basket's off. Way off the mark there. Patrick just lets it go out of bounds.
It's a good shot. She ran the baseline and cleared, and no one picked her up, and she took that shot.
Looking down at the other end of the court and seeing assistant principal Rufus Black, who once coached the Lady Bulldogs.
He did. He did.
That personal foul was committed by Rhea Harbin.
Yeah,
That's
Rhea
her
was a
first.
little late getting over there on defense, and then she can't use both hands. They're going to call you for that every time.
Patrick unable to get that one to go. Up ball was off the foot of a Bulldog.
Unfortunate. Unfortunate. You see that every so often. Sometimes that ball has a mind of its own.
Lopez gets it, attempts it, just off the mark. Another potential bank shot. I think she was just inside the three-point mark. You see Burton taking it out, clearing it out, getting it up court. Another size up three. That was way off the mark. Put back is no good by Harbin, but there's going to be a personal foul called against the Sabres. Let's see who it's on.
Patrick, I believe.
So the Patrick sisters, both of them have 3 personal fouls. They don't have a very deep bench right now.
Yeah, they do not have a deep bench tonight. We see a couple players that played the last game that we called and over there with injuries. And, when your 2 bigs get fouls like that, it's a tough road for you.
First free throw was no good by Harbin. As we see George coming back into the game from her injury. Also Rivera coming into the game. See if the next shot is any good. And it is.
And it's good.
Harbin gets on the board. 30-second timeout is called. That gives us a chance to do some more information. KCKPS students win a $10,000 grant. Some are very talented students. Members of the KCKPS Quest, which is a group of students who belong to the Gifted Special Education Program in the district, took 5th place in the Burns and McDonald Battles of the Brains competition. Students were in competition to see who could create an exhibit to be displayed in Science City and Union Stations. Congratulations to them all, those who were a part of that $10,000 winning team. A minute and 4 seconds remaining in this opening half, and it has been entertaining, Coach.
Very entertaining game. Very entertaining game. As we see another turnover.
It was a turnover committed by the Sabres. Let's see if the Lady Bulldogs can capitalize. Burton gets it quickly back from Harbin. She's attempted that 3-pointer. She shot it pretty hard. Rogers has. I know she wants it. Gets it back to Burton. Sanford gets the ball. 45 seconds to go in this first half. Harbin gets it inside. She travels.
Oh, just a little extra step on that bump.
She had the right decision to get it back out.
That was just right there that got her.
Whoa. Sanford falls to the ground, trying to come in and make the steal. Lopez gathers it. Sanford is all over her. Rivera thinks about the 3-pointer, but quickly the Bulldogs trap her. And that's deflected off of the Bulldogs, but an excellent defense. 22.9 seconds to go. Lopez inbounds the ball. Looking for the right person and trying not to move her feet at that. Gets it to Rivera. Rivera plans on driving it, but Sanford is there to block her or defend her. We saw a basket put up by Katie Mirror, unable to get the rebound after the missed shot. Burton takes it up court. 7 seconds to go. Ball out of bounds there. Stepped out of bounds, Hunt did, unfortunately, along the baseline. 0.3 seconds to go, just enough to throw it in and someone toss it up. And at the end of the first half, 15-14 is the score in favor of the Bulldogs, the hometown Bulldogs. Well, hey, we're going to take this halftime break. We ask that you stay tuned to the halftime show. You're watching the KCKPS Sports Network.
Amazon called and said we want to donate, and I told them some of our needs. I said McKinney-Vento needs as a district, and some of the things the schools need.
Well, we are thrilled to be with you this morning on behalf of Amazon, and this is very special because you all are our neighbors. We have two of our biggest facilities in Kansas City as your neighbors, less than 10 miles away here in Kansas City, Kansas. So we're happy to be in your house this morning, but we have a couple of surprises. One, two, it's a check for $10,000 for all of your Project Lead the Way items, for your scientists, for your technology, math, and art. $10,000 is going to the entire district to help your school and all the schools of Kansas City, Kansas Public Schools, to help our future leaders and scientists throughout the district. So that's part of surprise from Amazon for all of you. Now, the second part, so we have a couple of surprises for all of your teachers. So what Amazon has done is we have bought every teacher's wish list on Amazon in the entire school for the entire school year.
You know, we all see the Amazon boxes and the little smile on the side. So I think as an organization, it's important that they actually put that smile on the faces of the people of the community they're actually working in. Surprising the teachers with their wish list from Amazon. I think that teachers aren't always as appreciated as they should be, but they're really the soldiers in this. They're really the ones who do all the work for our kids. We take for granted what they do every single day. They're spending more time with our kids than we spend with them at home. And so I think that this just added that extra oomph to the teachers to let them know we really appreciate them, and not just the school, but the community as a whole.
Watching Wyandotte and Sumner. It's halftime. Bulldogs currently lead at 15-14 over Sumner. And some observations from Coach Janae Jones and Coach Mo. Observations that you guys have seen from the first half so far. I'll start with you, Janae.
Well, first let's start off with the Wyandotte Bulldogs came out, and we didn't even believe what we were seeing.
Right.
They came out explosive. It was the opposite. Sumner came out a little bit more lackadaisical. They wasn't quite structured. They wasn't organized. They were kind of playing down, and Wyandotte came out just explosive, leading. It was leading from the beginning. It was 4-0 off gate. So.
It's not the same Sumner team we saw against Washington earlier this week.
No, it wasn't at all. If they would have played like this against the Wildcats would have definitely got that W.
Mm-hmm. Well, it looks like in the second quarter, though, Sumner kind of showed up a little bit as they outscored Wyandotte in the second quarter. But after the end of the first quarter, it was 11-5 with the Dogs on top. And so that was kind of shocking, Coach Mo. For me, it was anyway.
Well, yeah, that's, you're from Sumner. So no, but really, Wyandotte has played, and I don't want to say above talent, but Wyandotte has played up to this game.
Mm-hmm.
I've said before, that Coach Stump had them mentally prepared.
Mhm.
And they were mentally in this game, and they did one of the keys that we talked about.
Right.
They controlled the tempo, did what they do well. They didn't try to do anything else. And they were able to get out and get on some breaks.
Right.
Now, they're missing a few layups, but they got the rebound.
Right.
Those are the keys that we talked about.
Right.
Yes.
So that's what's keeping them in the game.
Right.
And, we are up on the Sabres. The Bulldogs are up on your Sabres.
I also will say that the Bulldogs are having good ball handling skills.
Yeah.
They've been taking care of the ball. The Sabres tried to come out with the press. They kept breaking the press, so they backed off. So, stuff like that, the Bulldogs are doing amazing at just executing and taking care of the ball.
Yep.
It was really good to see the coaching going on.
Mhm.
You can see how Coach Stump had the Wyandotte girls ready for the press. They were breaking the press with the long ball, getting over the top, exactly what you have to do.
Mhm.
And like Danae said, they were handling the ball in the open court. They were taking care of the ball. Didn't have very many turnovers.
Not many
so
turnovers.
that's good.
I know Coach Fennell had mentioned that we'll probably have a lot to talk about at halftime, and he's right. Because
Yes.
we've seen not what we expected, but it's been entertaining to watch both teams. Wyandotte, they came out outplaying Sumner, and as bad as Sumner has played, they're only down by 1 at halftime.
Yep.
So that's a positive note going into halftime, for Coach to hammer into the girls. But, let's strictly talk about the girls, Wyandotte's girls' performance right now.
Mhm.
Just strictly on them. What have you observed from their gameplay, other than what you'd already mentioned?
I definitely see our leader, Jemiah. She's
Mm-hmm.
really stepping up and actually leading the team. You hear her name a few times throughout the quarters.
Mm-hmm.
But I think all in all, Wyandott's doing really good with just playing as a team.
Right.
If one person shoot the ball, you're seeing 3 to 4 people crash to get those boards, which is what we talked about.
Mm-hmm. Coach Mel, you were talking about the floor general for Sumner.
Yes.
Is she being a floor general right now? She's kind of.
I definitely think that she needs to kick it into another gear.
Mhm.
I think right now, Coach Platt is in halftime, and he's talking to his team about their speed, about taking care of the ball, and then he's got to be pulling his floor general to the side and saying, "Now's your time." These next 2 quarters got to be your 2 quarters.
I'm sure he's definitely talking about taking care of the ball too, because I've seen several times where they threw the ball away. It was just a bad pass. Rather, the post player is posting up right here, and you're throwing the ball way over her head, or they're not using their dribble to their advantage. So if someone will capitalize on those mistakes and turn it over, we'll have a different second half.
Then I think that speaks to at the beginning when we talked about they can't look past this game.
Mhm.
They have to
That's
stay
right.
focused in this game and understand that they still have to play every minute and still do what Sumner does
Mhm.
and do it well. So I think that was kind of some of the beginning.
Yeah.
I don't know if they looked past it, but it looked on the court when we were watching the game that they came in thinking this was going to be something easy,
Mhm.
and Wyandotte's not allowing them. They're not rolling over.
Well, it's looked like that the pace earlier was favoring Wyandotte, because as Sumner was pressing, Wyandotte was easily beating the press by just throwing the ball over the top of it. And so we saw them go away from the press. So are we looking for Sumner to go back to the press to start off the third quarter, maybe?
Well, what I think I would do if I was in Coach Platt's situation is I don't think I would come out with the press because they've proven that they can beat that,
Mhm.
break that. What I would do is I would put pressure on them more, and then when they're not expecting it, jump back into the press and see if Wyandotte remembers what Coach Stump teaches them.
Mhm.
Then he got to burn some timeouts, baby.
Right.
He gonna have to burn some timeouts and then get them back together and understand. Okay, remember what we talked about? But by then they can be up 6 to 8 points before he can do that.
That's true. As we mentioned, as bad as Sumner's played, they're only down by 1 point at halftime. Towards getting close to halftime, we saw Wyandotte lose a little bit of their composure.
A little bit.
Yeah, and so, as Sumner started
They
putting
started making a
more
little bit of
pressure.
mistakes.
Right.
Mhm.
And so, like as you mentioned, they were outscored in the second half by Sumner. It was 11-5 at the end of the first quarter, and here we are at halftime. It's 15-14. So you're looking at a big 9-4 swing here just before halftime. So
Wyandotte's got to keep their composure, and they got to continue to do what they do well. They can't get rattled and get excited and get off into it. No, you got to stay focused for these last 16 minutes and do what you do well. 0-0.
Yeah.
The first half don't matter now.
Right.
It's what you do from here on out.
Well, and Sumner too, they have to really reduce the number. Well, both teams do. Have to reduce the number of turnovers they've had. They've had a lot of unforced errors for both teams as Sumner is trying to make the long cross-court pass, or we see where Wyandotte gets ahead of themselves. and they'll lose the ball on the dribble or things like that. So both teams are playing, I'm not gonna say, I think Wyandotte is playing the best they can play. We know Sumner can play better, and we just haven't seen it yet. So it'll be interesting to see what happens in the second half. It really will be, because I'm excited to see how Wyandotte responds in the second half after being up at halftime on a team. Most of us didn't think that it was possible.
Yeah, I thought they were going to be already down at least 10. So they shut my mouth.
Yeah.
Well, that's what we hoping. We hoping they still got another half. They still can get to a monster truck. Let's don't do that. Let's stay focused.
Let's just stay focused. Let's stay focused. Well, that's some good insight, guys. So we're built for the second half. We're going to hand it back to Dr. Jarius Jones and Coach Larry Fennell for the second half. So take it away, guys. It's exciting so far.
And welcome back. Welcome back to the start of the second half. Sabres start second half with possession as we see George taking it down court with Lopez. Lopez is starting
February 16th,
this frame. This a travel. The Patrick sisters are both sitting on the bench with 3 fouls apiece. Bulldogs pick up where they left off. Sanford takes it to the hole, or she thinks about it. Backs away. And that's a great shot.
That is a great one right there. So as we see, Doc, we see what Wyandotte's game plan still is. Go inside the paint at all costs. We see
that basket was good by Hunt. That personal foul was committed by Katie Mirror. That's her second personal foul. First team foul of the second half. Ball was just off the mark. Taken up the court by George. George looks to be better after that injury that she had earlier in the first half. She was unable to complete that shot. It was a clock issue, I believe.
The clock wasn't running on that issue.
The clock is stalling. I think they're trying to get it corrected. 17-14 in favor of the Bulldogs. They've done an excellent job, Coach, of protecting their court. What are your thoughts for this second half? If you're the Sabres coach, what do they need to do?
First of all, if I'm the Sabres coach, I'm going to cut down on those turnovers. You can't keep throwing those cross-court passes. I believe there was about 6 passes earlier in the game that those are scoring opportunities gone awry when you throw the ball away like that. And it also gives fast breaks, and we saw the Bulldogs capitalize on a couple of those, and that's why they have that lead right now. So if I'm the Bulldogs, I continue to do the same thing. I'm sure Coach Williams has said keep doing the same thing as we see right there. We see that basket right there in the paint again, and that's exactly what we saw earlier in the game. So the Sabres are going to have to, with this foul trouble, they're still going to have to protect that paint.
Sanford
and stop turning the ball over.
Absolutely. Sanford leads all scorers with 8 points. As we saw a turnover created by the Bulldogs, taking that ball away. Sanford is down underneath, and she's holding on to dear life.
Yeah, the officials didn't want to call the jump ball again, and they didn't want to call a foul, so they kind of let it go a little longer. And then finally, you're going to have to call one or the other, or it's going to get a little more aggressive.
I think the Bulldogs are happy with the jump ball. You see Burton taking it out, but there's going to be a foul before the ball is inbounded, and they're going to call that one against the Sabres. Number 24, Jocelyn McCord.
Yeah, she was holding a little bit, and she was impeding the progress. And they're going to call that every time.
So first personal, she's getting another one. Her right arm, she's just grabbing.
Yeah, she's a step behind right now. And that's what's happening right now. Hunt's just a little bit faster and aggressive. She's trying to keep it from getting to that spot, but you can't grab and hold like that. They're going to call a foul. She picks up 2 cheap. Once again, that puts the Sabres behind the 8 ball. And now they're missing their 2 bigs, sitting on the bench with foul trouble.
McCord has now 2 fouls. 3-point attempt by Sanford. She races out to try to get the rebound. She gets her hands on the ball.
She's quick.
I love it.
She is definitely quick.
And isn't that what you teach? Follow your shot.
Follow your shot. you know if you made it or not.
Absolutely.
You know if it's off. Follow your shot.
19-14 in favor of the Bulldogs. As George takes it up the court. Nice spin move. I love that. I love the move. She has some great ball handling skills.
She does.
That ball was rebounded. Nice rebound by Jemiah Williams. Throws it up court pretty long. Unable to collect it was Hunt. Quickly taken down the court by George. George not able to finish that shot, but she's fouled.
Yeah, she went coast to coast. She ran past everyone. And we see when she's on the floor, she puts a lot of pressure on the defense because she is 100% all out every time. And she's fast.
First personal foul committed by Carrera for the Bulldogs. Shooting 2 will be Anna George from the free throw line. She just has 2 points, Coach.
2. That's reflective of the score up there.
Just under 6.5 minutes to go in this third quarter. Free throw is good. The bank shot.
Bank is open.
Hey, she used that square, Coach.
She used the square.
She used that square.
The Square app is the best thing you can use on
There
the
you
back
go.
end. It even does your taxes for you.
I see what you did there. And the second one is good. So perfect at the line. She scores her third and fourth points. Burton surveying the court as she takes it up. Rivera has nice pressure. Nice full court pressure on her. Oh, that's moving too many feet there, Carrera.
Yeah, Carrera just got sped up right there. You know, she got the chopping those feet.
Little tap dance there.
Just
Tap,
a little
tap,
bit.
tap.
But only she could hear the music.
Oh, fans, we're just enjoying ourselves. I think you all are getting to know Coach Larry and myself.
We're having a good time.
Oh, yeah, we have
Watching
fun.
an excellent basketball game.
Ball was unable to collect that with Rivera off her fingertips.
Yeah, she just took her eyes off the ball. She was ready to make a move. And first things first, catch the ball, make the move second.
19-16 in favor of the Bulldogs. As you see Burton taking it up the court quickly. And just he's going to drive. Not quite. Carrera, can she get the basket? Another close one. Touched by Hunt, but not collected by the Bulldogs.
And there is George again, putting pressure on the defense, pushing the ball up the court. Right now, we see a different urgency with the Lady Sabres right now.
George goes for a three-point attempt. Misses everything, but that's collected by Carrera. She gets the rebound as Burton tries to take it away from her. Sanford's able to get that pass from Burton. Sanford takes it to the hole. Oh, it rolls right off the rim, but a personal foul nonetheless. She'll be shooting 2. It's going to be a personal foul committed by George. That's going to be her third personal foul. At this point, Coach, I think they're going to have to just keep playing on.
Yeah, we see the Patrick sisters and George with 3 fouls, and if I'm not mistaken, Hayward only has 1 foul, so, she's still on the court herself.
Basket is good. As you see the replay of that personal foul as Sanford drives it towards the hole and ball just rolls off the rim. Set to shoot her second free throw. Coach Williams is coaching on the sideline, making sure Carrera is back far enough. We don't have a penalty. Second free throw is in and out. George takes it up the court, looking to close the lead, minimize it. The ball's deflected by Burton, gathered by George. Put back attempt by Lopez. You see the volleyball move by Mirror to try to deflect it out, but it goes right back to Burton. Burton stops, waiting for her help. Carrera gets it to Sanford. Ball was intended for Williams, but she was unable to collect it. Basket is no good by Rivera, but rebounded by Hayward. Hayward went up for, looked like a shot, but
it looked like a shot. It was going to be rejected for sure.
She got rid of that ball. Lopez for a three-point attempt, way off the mark. Collected by Rivera. Rivera unable to get that in, but Carrera taps the ball out of bounds, so it stays with the Sabres.
Doc, we see the Sabres without their 2 their two bigs down low. They are doing a pretty good job of rebounding the basketball right now, and that's all positioning.
Coach is way out of the box.
Timeout. Lady
He's
Bulldogs.
looking for a timeout.
30-second timeout.
So that's going to be a 30-second timeout. So we're going to go to our third court chat with Jalen Hunt. We'll be back after this.
Hi, I'm Coach Platt. I'm here with junior Michaela Patrick. This is Court Chat. Michaela, do you have a pregame ritual?
Yeah, usually as a team, we like to say our prayers and hit the top of whatever door we're at before we go into a game and get hyped together.
Michaela, what gets you hyped before a game?
Usually saying beast mode or that dog in us before a game. It gets everybody hyped, and I just enjoy it.
What is your signature move on the court?
It's definitely taking charges for sure because I get socks for it. It's fun.
Favorite pregame meal?
Probably a little snack. I can't eat too much before a game.
This has been Court Chat with junior Michaela Patrick.
And we're back. I apologize for that. That was Michaela Patrick. I should know my own little cousin. Someone from the truck, the producer says to blame it on him. He did give me a different name. That was Michaela Patrick, number 15, starter. And that was a three-point basket by Haywood.
Yeah, if you don't, she has to keep shooting. She's a three-point shooter on the team, and she hasn't been knocking them down a lot, but she's got to keep shooting.
Haywood has 9 points. Carrera had that one deflected, and that's going to be last touch by the Bulldogs. The score is 20-19. Once again, they're holding on to that slim lead of 1. The game has been tied, but the Bulldogs have either kept the lead or tied with the Sabres. Being in this gymnasium is really special.
It is.
You see 20 state championships. My brother-in-law is an assistant basketball coach at BYU, and basket is good there by Burton. The Sabres take the lead.
Haywood right there. She had a three-point opportunity, but defense was running out at her. She pump faked it and went to the hole.
And I incorrectly said Burton. That was the other number 10, Haywood. Haywood on that basket. Personal foul committed by number 23, Rivera. That's her second personal foul. Shooting 2 free throws will be Burton. I'm going to get it right sometime today. My number 10.
Sometime. We got a little time. We got a little time.
Both of them are both number 10s are electric as we see Burton attempting 2 free throws. That one's a little bit too hard. They have a 1-point lead. The Sabres are holding on to a 1-point lead. Bulldogs hope to tie it. Both free throws, no good. But stolen, taken by the Bulldogs. Then after the missed layup, personal foul was committed by Hunt. That's going to be her second.
And that was foul on Hunt right there.
See George collecting the ball, and she's going to take it up court, getting it to Haywood. Haywood looks to drive it, but wisely takes it back out. She gets to Lopez. Lopez puts up a shot, and that basket is good.
Basket is good. Lopez ran the baseline, and Hayward saw it, bounced past to her. She took one shot. Good shot.
4 points unofficially by Lopez. Burton takes it around the world. Ball was turned over by Rogers. Basket is good this time. Mira, she gets on the board. Timeout is called on the floor. That's a full timeout. Lindbergh Elementary and Schlegel High School have teamed up to launch a new reading program. The new program is called Book Buddies. A dozen of selected students from Schlegel will meet at Lindbergh twice a week. to read to their younger counterparts. The objective of this partnership is to improve the literacy skills of the younger students and help upperclassmen become mentors to their younger peers. We wish both groups great success. To learn more on what's going on with the school district, visit the website at kckschools.org. You'll find the very latest on district-wide programs, events, scheduled board meetings, and more. Also, check out the KCKPS newsroom found in the middle of the main page of the website. Just click on it, and you can read all about student achievements, great school events, and faculty accomplishments. That is kckschools.org. Come back after that timeout, Coach. Looks like Sumner may have listened to what you said.
Well, we're seeing George has picked up the pace a little bit. She's applying that pressure to the defense, and the defense, the Bulldogs are not getting back. And Hayward is now starting to knock down shots, and now we're starting to see Lopez and Rivera start knocking down shots as well. And right now we're seeing the Lady Bulldogs on their heels a little bit. We'll see what changes are made after this timeout.
So down by 5, the biggest deficit for the Lady Bulldogs. Attempt was put up, probably not wisely put up. Sanford gets the ball, and she's going up for a shot. Oh, just off the mark, but let's see if it can be put back. Oh, you wanted to have that. Rogers unable to connect, but she was fouled, so she'll have 2 free throws. That personal foul looks like it was committed by...
Yeah, I believe that foul was committed by Katie Miller. I saw the official goal with the 2-2, so it wasn't on Hayward.
That's her third personal.
I thought it was on her.
Free throw was good.
It's good.
The band like that.
They did.
The substitution as Rivera goes, not Rivera, but Mira goes out for a break. Second free throw was good.
She knocks them both down.
So the lead is cut to 3. Another deflection by Burton, but gathered by Lopez. Able to keep it in bounds.
Nice
Patrick
pass.
gets a
Nice
nice
pass
pass.
by Herring. We see Lopez. We see George go to Lopez to Hayward, and Hayward inside to Patrick, who just checked in.
Nice assist. That's a player control foul there. The second time she's gone full steam ahead.
Hayward was there long enough to get a cup of milk and some cookies.
Third personal foul committed by Jalen Hunt. Burton is okay as she gets up. You definitely don't want to see any of the scholar athletes hurt. No intentional moves made. Nice pass. Lopez holds it. Patrick is point blank, and she gets it into the basket.
Yeah, we're seeing this Sabre offense that we saw the other day against the Wildcats, where they're actually moving the ball. Ball's not sticking, and one person is trying to dribble the ball too much.
Ball was deflected deflected off the foot, but not called. And that basket was collected by Sanford. Sanford gets the nice basket after recovering what could have been another turnover. Another point-blank basket. She's left open.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what the Lady Bulldogs are doing right there, but Patrick is the last person you want to leave open inside that paint. There was a little miscommunication, so I'm sure that's not going to make Coach Williams happy at all.
7-point lead and 5-point lead just like that as Hunt finally is able to execute on her move of going down the middle. George is able to get that.
And there it is again.
All right.
Lady Sabre, with George putting pressure on that defense like that, and Lopez is just running to that corner. They look like they're running offense out of that corner from Lopez.
Should be 33-28. Scoreboard hasn't quite caught up yet. Still says 31-28.
Checking in the Lady Bulldogs, number 15, Jemiah Wade.
Take a look at that blue play coming up here. Here comes George down the court.
The Score should be
surveying the
33
situation.
to 26, I believe. I think they gave the wrong score earlier.
The unforced turnover right there, Doctor.
Another
Hayward
turnover.
She lost the presence of where she was at on the court and gave the ball out of bounds. So you see this game picking up a little bit, Doc.
Just under a minute to go in this first half. I didn't think they were supposed to be able to move out of bounds on
Not on a dead ball.
Dead ball. They're going to call a personal foul against Rivera, I believe.
Yeah, that's that unfortunate foul. You're playing good defense, but it looks like you're just kind of riding. The official said too much. So.
They got the score right. It's 33 to 26. Some of the Sumner faithful were
letting them have it.
Letting them have it. I was going to wave my hand and let them know, hey, we need to check the score.
I'm going to stay in my lane and keep the headphones on, Doc. I don't want to get trouble.
First free throw is off. So she's 0 for 4 at the free throw line. That's Promise Burton. Seven-point deficit for the Bulldogs. 47.8 seconds left. See the second free throw off the back of the iron. Rivera gets it, takes it up court to Haywood. Haywood makes a decision to go for it. Unable to connect. Sanford comes down with the rebound, gets it back to Burton. Stay tuned at the end of the quarter. We'll have Jalen Hunt this time, who will be the court chat. That's off the mark.
Yeah, just got Jemiah on that foul right there on the sideline. She's got a little aggressive. Her hands came down. So we teach them, run over there and put that foot on the out of bounds line and just stand there. You have to run over, you'll go out of bounds.
That's Sanford's third personal foul. Just at 20.4 seconds to go in the third quarter. As we see George, who's been perfect from the free throw line. Didn't want to jinx her.
That's right. She may have looked over here and pointed at you if that happened. So you don't want no trouble.
7 points. And that's her 8th point. Perfect from the line, 4 of 4. Unofficially. I say unofficial because I don't have the scores book.
That's right.
My score is aligned with what the fans said and what they have.
That's
nice drive.
Nice drive.
Unable to get that basket. 26 to 35 with 8 seconds to go. The largest lead. And that basket is good by George.
Yeah, we're starting to see those baskets that didn't go. We're starting to see those baskets that didn't go down early go down.
And we're going to watch
this
this replay. Nice basket there by George to end that quarter. So stay tuned for the court chat with Jalen Hunt from the Lady Bulldogs. You're watching KCKPS Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Coach Tony Williams with the Wyandotte girls basketball team. I'm here with junior guard Jalen Hunt, and this is Court Chat. Who do you pattern your game after?
To be honest, I don't really have anyone I pattern after. I just go with the flow and try to do the plays.
Okay. What do you think your signature go-to move is?
Probably my signature move would be a step back and fadeaway shot, sort of.
Okay. Do you have any pregame rituals?
Try to do like fast break layups and maybe get some ball headed.
What do you do to get hyped for a game?
I usually listen to music or
Any specific type of music?
more like upbeat, sort of new hip hop.
What's your favorite meal before a game?
Probably salad or sandwich.
All right. Tell us something that your teammates don't know about you.
They know a lot about me. Probably I'm more soft-spoken when I don't know people.
Good. All right. Once again, I'm Coach Tony Williams at Wyandotte Girls Basketball with junior Jalen Hunt. And this has been Court Chat.
And we're back for the start of the fourth quarter. Bulldogs have possession of the ball, but down by their largest lead by 11. Nice pressure defense there by the Lady Sabres. That three-pointer was off the mark by Rogers. Collected by Burton, who takes it up the court pretty quickly. The Bulldogs are able to recover defensively. Sanford is there, but Burton takes it to the hole, and that Haywood, not Burton. Haywood gets that basket. Gets the steal. Thank you, Coach Larry.
I didn't want no trouble, but I didn't want to call it out, Doc. I just had to tap you. Let you know. That was a good steal and a good basket by Hayward. Just putting, once again, they're putting pressure on the Bulldogs defense. This is not what they did in the first half. So, this is
the real Burton was able to collect that three-pointer tip just off. Rebounded by the younger Patrick, taken up the court by Rivera after getting that pass by Haywood, and that basket is good.
Yeah, we're starting to see the Sabres now. They're just starting to enforce their will on the Bulldogs. And
just like that, it's a 15-point lead in favor of the Lady Sabres. Personal foul was committed by George. That's going to be her fourth personal foul.
First fourth foul could change a little bit because she's been the catalyst so far in the second half of pushing that ball down the court and getting the Bulldogs out of position. So we'll see if they continue that. We watch that replay. That last shot, the basket was good.
Inbounding the ball, looking for someone. That's 5 seconds.
That's 5 seconds.
Hunt was unable to
Still
find.
there a little too long there, Doc. Too many cubes of sugar. You only needed 2 cubes, and she had 3.
Coaches, it's been an interesting week. I told you I got a chance to teach here at Wyandotte and serve, and it was a great time. That's how I started my teaching career. As my mentor, Dave Olin, would say, I grew up. I was a baby teacher here. As we see that personal foul committed by the Bulldogs.
We see the Patrick sisters back on the floor, and that's the Bulldogs struggled when they were off the floor rebounding. Now they're back in. They're getting their hands over all those balls down in that paint.
That foul was committed by Christiana Darden. See two foul shots attempted by Patrick. But a very special person who greeted everyone at the door, greeted me. One of the first persons I met when I came here was Miss Ethel Puget, and she was something else. She was a little bitty thing, real short, always had you laughing. And, the second free throw was good. As a new teacher, you don't have a lot of money. And I had 3 kids at the time, 2 little ones, my wife and I was the only income earner at that time. And sometimes you get hungry. She always had chocolate underneath her desk. So I could come in and get chocolate and whatever other snacks she had. And just a great spirit, a great person. Well, we lost her. We didn't lose her, but she went on to the other side just a few days ago. And so the Wyandotte community, we are definitely mourning the passing of Miss Ethel Puget, a staple here at Wyandotte High School for many years, retired. She just turned 90 last year and lived a great life, but we're going to definitely miss her and memorialize her this Saturday. So I wanted to make sure I acknowledge that as we're here in Bulldog Country, man.
That's right. That's right. We all remember teachers that we had back when we were growing up and how special they were to us. And, for me, I see one right now. We'll talk about her on the other side.
Full timeout called on the floor. While we have that, we're going to let you know that our students from Kansas City, Kansas Public Schools performed well in the 2024 Wyandotte County Spelling Bee, including taking home first place in the competition. Birdie Tix from Sumner Academy was crowned champion at the Spelling Bee held at Turner Middle School on February the 3rd. Congratulations, Birdie Ticks. Congratulations, Sumner Academy of Arts and Science. Congratulations to the Kansas City, Kansas Public Schools on winning the spelling bee for the Wyandotte County. That includes Turner, Kansas City, Kansas, Bonner, Piper School District. Kansas City, Kansas was able to come on top. So we congratulate that scholar and the others that participated. We didn't have a district-wide spelling bee contest, did we? I don't think so. I mean, we didn't have a county-wide.
No.
I don't even remember district-wide, but we definitely had the building-wide.
I only remember spelling bee in elementary school.
Elementary, that's how I remember it as well.
That.
Spelling test in elementary, and then even in middle school they had spelling contests, spelling tests, but we did not have spelling contests back
we
then.
have contests.
So there are other competitions other than just the academics.
Yeah, you know, you talking about your teacher. I come in here and I'm sitting down in this gym, and it's been a long time since I've been in here, and I saw a smiling face I hadn't seen in a long time.
Oh, yes. What was her name?
Miss Mary Stewart.
Absolutely. I think she was teaching when you were attending.
She was teaching at FL Schlegel. Maybe I shouldn't say that too loud in the Bulldog house. I don't want. Well, FL Schlegel.
That's right.
That's right.
That's
right.
right.
We'll say that. She was one of my teachers in several years out at Schlegel. And, it's good to see her smiling face, and she remembered me, and I pointed my son out, and she said it couldn't be, and I said it is.
And that one's going to call no attempt.
Yeah, got a little breezy in here, Doc. I wouldn't know if it was me who that shot, but somebody turned the air on up in here.
It did get breezy.
Get a little cool in here in the dungeon.
That was a lane violation by Darden. She tried to collect herself. 27-42 in favor of the Sabres. Sanford's able to come out with the rebound as she takes it towards our table. That ball was out of bounds by Sanford. So it goes back to the Sabres. As we see Tamaya Patrick taking it out and giving it to Haywood. The real Haywood, not Burton.
Clock.
So there was a clock issue. 6 minutes to go in this competition. 27-42. Sabres have the ball. Back out to Haywood for a three-point attempt, and it is good.
She's made a couple of them, and now she's filling it, and now she's knocking them down like we saw the other night. This Sabre team has made a big change at halftime, Doc.
That's her third three-pointer of the game. Leads all scorers with 16 points.
Oh,
three-point basket by Carrera. I told you.
Carrera said, I can do anything that you can. If you shoot them, I can shoot them too.
She's been aiming. Disrupted by the Bulldogs, but Patrick was still able to come up with the play. They're waiting to inbound the ball. Nice touch. Lopez put it up, unable to connect. Patrick was able to get the rebound, but then Sanford deflected it out of bounds. Staying with the Sabres. Haywood, another three-point attempt, no good this time. Basket is good after the rebound by Patrick, and she's excited.
Yep, there we see the Patrick sisters are down low now, and they're in that paint, and the Bulldogs are now struggling with this.
Yes. Burton unable to connect on that three-point attempt, rebounded by Patrick. Thrown towards Haywood, but no one there to get it.
Yeah, it was just an errant pass. I saw she was trying to go with that ball, and it was just a little hot.
Mm-hmm. See Patrick's out there, and I think of their great-great-uncle, Stan Rush.
Wow.
He and my dad, Ted Jones, we called him shake and bake on the court. They played ball sun up to sundown back in the 60s and 70s. I hope he's able to watch these games. See his
he has opportunity
nieces.
now.
Oh, yeah, to see his great nieces playing here on KCKPS Sports Network. that's what this allows. It allows
Yes.
for those who are unable to come to the competitions, come to the
Yes.
game, to be able to watch it at their leisure, either watch it live
Yes.
or watch it later.
Yes. You know, we were out there doing the Gardner games, and we did games during the pandemic, and grandma and grandpa and mom and dad and brothers and sisters and friends couldn't watch the game, but they tuned in and watched us. And you know, that next year they gave us our flowers. That next year, football season, and it was how much it was that they enjoyed us calling the game and allowing them to see their family play. And this is what we like for our district to do. We like for you guys to tune in and watch this.
Absolutely.
We come from the district. Todd Henderson's from the district. I'm from the district. Darius is from the district. We're enjoying being here. This is where we want to be.
That last personal foul was committed by Jemiah Williams. The second free throw was no good by Patrick. 48-30, 18-point lead for the Sabres. We want to definitely give kudos to the district athletic director, Mr. Sam Simmons Sr. That's a lot of S's there. Get tongue twisted. I also want to give shout out to Mr. Edwin Birch and his team.
Yes. You know, without them, it's not possible.
It's not possible.
No.
Mr. Johnson, as well as Superintendent Stubblefield. We watched the first two broadcasts. She was on it for our halftime show. We gave a nice layout, what their expectations are and what they hope to see as we see the offensive foul committed by number 14, Patrick, away from the ball.
Yeah, she didn't get set, and she tried to run down the defender, and it's illegal. You can't do that.
See Burton taking the ball down the court. 4 minutes to go in this competition. She gets it back out to Sanford. Sanford sizes it up, get it back in on a nice attempt there for Hunt, but just not able to get the English on that shot.
She should not get that English on there. Maybe a little higher on the square.
Nice deflection. Patrick's able to take it in. Her first field goal of the game. Or second field goal. So timeout is called on the floor. We're going to stay right here. Coach, is 50-30. This is a 20-point lead in favor of the Sabres.
Yeah.
What has made that happen? What made that happen?
Well, the first thing is the Sabres stopped turning the ball over. And once they stopped turning the ball over, they stopped giving the Lady Bulldogs opportunities to make baskets. And when you do that and you score on your side, and then you play good defense on the other end and stop the Lady Bulldogs from scoring, you'll see the score just start expanding. The Lady Bulldogs came out early, and they continue to do the same thing, get the ball in the paint. And as we saw, the Sabres were small. They took the Patrick sisters off. They were both in foul trouble. And they actually rebound the basketball better when they were not on the court. So that allowed them to get out and use their speed to get some. We saw the transition basketball just like you teach it. You know, you get that ball in fast break, and you make that pass, the ball moves faster than the body could move. And as they were making those passes, you can see Lopez was just running down to the corner, and she was like the second point guard. They would get the ball to her, and she was making the necessary bounce passes, and they were scoring. You know, and that's been the big deal right there. The Lady Bulldogs haven't been able to rebound the basketball this half because the Sabres have been blocking them out and rebounding. And that's been a turning point in this game.
Well, they've definitely made a second half adjustment that has been productive for them, that being the Sabres. I don't think the intensity has left out for the Bulldogs, but definitely being down by 20 points, that's got to have an edge for you. And
the intensity is still there. They're not executing the same way they were in the first half, and the Sabres are executing this time, and they were not in the first half.
I think that's absolutely accurate. The execution is what we're missing, as we see a nice setup for the Bulldogs, but unable to execute. As we see a rebound, but there's going to be a possession that's going to go to the Sabres, so that'll be a turnover. As we saw Tamian Dudley made a strong attempt to try to get the rebound. Haywood takes it up the court with the intentions of driving to the hole, but pass was disrupted. Vera has the ball. At this point in time, Coach, there's no rush for a shot or no need to rush.
There is no rush, no need for a shot. And the panel has had discussion about the shot clock. And, this will be the time that You'd like to see the shot clock, but you also don't want to see it just rubbing in another team's face.
That was that ball hit nothing there for Hunt. Well, that looked like a Euro step.
That was a Euro step right to the paint.
That's her, I believe, 17th and 18th points on that basket there by Haywood. Another layup missed.
Yeah, we're just seeing the ball just kind of roll off. Those shots were going down the first half for the Lady Bulldogs, and right now they're having a tough time putting the ball in the hole. Good defense right there. That's good hustle.
Great hustle.
They're not short for hustle, though.
Nope.
They're still playing hard. Still playing hard. So, and as a coach, that's all you can ask for is your team to continue to play hard. Don't look at the scoreboard. Keep playing hard.
I've also noticed, too, that the Sabres have been able to limit any second chance opportunities.
Yes, they were rebounding the basketball very well in the second half, and it's eliminating those second chance opportunities.
George taking it underneath the basket.
Nice. Once again, we see Lopez in the corner. The offense is running through Lopez in that corner. She gets the ball to Patrick, and Patrick gets it over to George for the nice reverse layup.
Just under the 2-minute mark left in this competition. 54-30 in favor of the Lady Sabres. Those of you all who are tuning in, the Bulldogs had the lead first half and even starting into the second half.
15-14 at the half.
That's right. So 30 points, a 40-point turnaround for the Sabres since halftime.
Yes.
Led by Haywood. And George has come alive the second half as she drives to the basket for an easy layup.
Yeah, she's been excellent in the second half with that drive. She is just putting insurmountable pressure on their defense by continuing to keep that dribble and drive to the hole.
Three-point attempt, no good by Carrera. Minute and 15 seconds left. George takes it up the court. Palmer, nice dribbling skills as she surveys the court. Almost walked, but they was able to keep her pivot. I don't think Patrick's going to try the three-pointer out there.
That would be
Sister might, but I don't think there's a need as we see Haywood going in for the basket, unable to collect that. Dudley gets the rebound, taken up the court by Burton. Sanford has her hand out saying, hey, give it to me. She drives it. A little out of control.
A little bit.
Rebounded by Hunt. Another basket attempt, and it's good by Sanford. So that's 14 points unofficially for Sanford, leading all scorers leading the Wyandotte Bulldogs. Just under 30 seconds left in this competition, 56-32 in favor of the Sabres. I think they could just point this one out, but the Bulldogs are still going for the drive. Black History Month celebrations are well underway across Kansas City, Kansas public schools. Elementary, middle school, and high school leaders have planned festive celebrations, lessons, and projects to honor the month. The lessons are part of the National Black History Month, which is an annual celebration each February focused on achievements by African Americans and a time for recognizing their central role in U.S. history. Black History Month is also a time to spread awareness and learn more while continuing to support the Black community's histories, traditions, and culture. See the last seconds, and that basket is no good by Burton. So at the end of this competition, the Lady Sabres are victorious, 56-32 against the Lady Bulldogs. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. You have been joined here by Coach Larry and myself, Jarius Jones. We love you. We thank you. We appreciate you. Tune in to Friday's competition where the Bulldogs will be taking on the Wildcats. We'll see them in action. We're going back to the studio for the post-game show. We'll see you. You're watching KCKPS Sports Network.
Typical day, just come in and shop manager get us something to do, and it could be something from a light bulb to today I'm doing an exhaust manifold and turbo, so you never know what it's going to be. Just drain the coolant, then pull the surge tank, pull all the CAC pipes and turbo oil lines, and now I got to pull the exhaust manifold and EGR cooler and stuff. And then throughout the day, you might get a service call. A lot of times we'll just go and just swap out a bus. We'll bring a bus to the driver so they can offload their kids or whatever, and then we'll try to get the bus going. If we can't, we'll get a tow truck. Or when it snows, we got to go out and they get stuck. We got to go out there and get them unstuck. So we've done quite a few engine swings or transmission swaps. We got a bad batch of fuel here a couple weeks ago and did a bunch of injectors and fuel tanks on a bunch of buses. So that was fun. We got plenty of work. There's always plenty of work to do. These are a bigger diesel engine that's going to be in any car. And then also they have a lot more electrical. I mean, some of these have air brakes, which cars don't have air brakes. I mean, they have totally different AC systems and all that stuff. I came from working on like over the road trucks. So buses are somewhat new. It's a lot of the same stuff, but these buses are just, basically I'm just learning something new every single day. And then learning from the guys that have been here for a while that know all the little tricks of the trade. And it's definitely a learning experience, but it's fun. You just gotta make sure you're doing good work, and that's pretty much it. Yeah. Have a little pride in what you do. At KCKPS Transportation, we're getting better every day.
And welcome back to the MSTC studio here on the KC Sports Show. I'm here with Coach Janae Jones and Coach Mo. We saw a Sumner team that kind of put the pedal to the metal from the first quarter on. They outscored the Bulldogs 51-21 for the rest of the game. After the first quarter, it became the Sumner team we thought we were going to see.
Yes, they sure did. We started to smile because we seen the team that we seen last Friday, and they did amazing that second half. They came out with the blast. They did some pressure. They did some press. Like Coach Mo said, they didn't start off in the press, but they did eventually get into it, and the Wyandotte Bulldogs did not respond very well to it.
Yeah, what'd you see, Coach?
Yeah, man, I just seen they put the foot on the gas.
Yeah.
It was two separate teams, two totally separate teams from the first half to the team we seen in the second half, and then you could really see the characteristics of who Sumner Academy is come out in that second half. They actually played like them. That first half, we really didn't know what team showed up.
If we go ahead and roll some of the highlights, we can kind of talk over those a little bit. We can see how Sumner went up and down the court, how they picked up their intensity on their defense, how their rebounding just picked up tremendously. And, you know, Wyandotte hung in there for a while.
They did. Wyandotte really showed a lot of character. And they came out, like we said, they couldn't sustain it for 4 quarters. It's hard to do that, 32 minutes. And then especially when you got plays like that from Sumner right there, and then they're executing their inbounds plays for the 3 in the corner, fast breaking.
And, Sumner was getting the shots like that, but they finally knocked down that shot that third quarter, and after that, that's when the ball started rolling a little bit more for their jump shots.
Obviously, it was a difference. It was a motivational speech at halftime. Although Wyandotte did come out after halftime, and they ran off 5 quick
I like
points.
that. I like that.
You like
reverse.
that reverse?
Oh, I like that.
But you didn't see, Wyandotte kept playing hard.
They did. They didn't give up.
They fought. They did. They put up a good fight to the
That
end.
give and go there, that was a really good pass, sharing the ball. Sumner started really getting that ball around and sharing it. And that was the difference for them, is that they start playing that more free swinging the ball.
I feel like they also picked better shots the second half. The first half we seen a lot of bad shots. This time you see good ball movement and they taking good shots, squaring up to the basket.
Uh-oh, there she goes.
Nice 3-point.
In your big old face. But I really like how they move the ball and go. I think one of the differences is, if you notice, look at the body language by Wyandotte.
Yeah.
Their body language is totally different. They're still hustling at times, but that whole first half, you've seen they're a whole different team.
Right.
And now the body language switched over to Sumner, as you can see.
Right.
On the highlights.
I think Coach Fennell said it too, where, what was the turnaround for Sumner? They quit turning the ball over.
Yes.
Yeah.
They stopped turning the ball over, and they started hitting the shots that weren't falling. They picked up their defense, and they started hitting those open shots, and they limited their number of turnovers. So that's going to get you to victory. That's going to be a key to victory every single time. They made some serious and very good second half adjustments.
Agree.
They did.
You know, so just watching this team, this Sumner team is the one we expected to see, and so I don't feel so bad now because we all picked Sumner, and we're good with that. So
I almost changed my prediction at halftime though.
It was looking like a different game, but that's just a testament to the other side, Coach Stump, how he prepared his girls, what they go, and they kept fighting. They never gave up, and so that's a testament to his team and to this league.
Well, who'd you see as player of the game?
Well, man, I got age ain't nothing but a number. Playing ball ain't nothing but a thing. We got to go to Ray Haywood, that freshman there. I think she was the difference maker in the game today.
Most definitely.
I think she had, 19 points? 18 or 19 points?
Well, you heard her name being called over and over and over again.
I know she made Coach Fidel excited, and Dr. J, they were
heard
excited.
Dr. J jumped like that.
I know it.
But she did a wonderful job in that second half of actually getting her shots. Before she wasn't getting those shots, but then then when she got them in the second half, she knocked them down.
Knocked them down. Yeah, so that's a huge adjustment at halftime and a huge win for Sumner tonight.
Yeah.
Looking at the standings, does this make a difference in the standings so far? I mean, I know it gives Sumner probably more confidence going into the last couple of games, but it's sub-state. Is this something that could propel them to go make a long run in sub-state?
I mean, I don't think there's going to be a difference in the standings. The big difference was the last game Friday when they took down the Wildcats. Because Wildcats they were labeled number 1, and so when they took down the Wildcats, now they're tied with number 1. Because now they both beat each other one time, but they beat everybody else in the league. So I think it'll give them a good motive of getting these 2 wins back to back before they go into sub-state. But the standing wise, I don't think it's gonna make a difference in the standings.
You still got to make a run at Highland Park.
Yep.
Everybody does. I mean, they're the top of the heap, so they still got to answer to those guys up there. So
for the boys they are, but for the girls they're in the middle.
That's right. The girls are in the middle. Yeah. That's true. Right. For the boys, they got to make a run up there. So.
But I think it does. This game does have some effect. They're not in the standings, but it has some effects, like you said, is going into
emotionally, mentally.
Because what you don't want to do at this time of the year is lose the games that you're supposed to win.
Right.
You don't want to do that.
Right.
So that gave them some confidence, I believe, to continue to go because they were able to turn it on. And then, I mean, we're still looking for Washington and for Sumner to represent in the sub-state and state tournament. Those are those top teams there. So I do also believe the kids continue to win because the seedings have to do with that.
Right.
And then also, Washington is not just going to lay down.
No.
So as you continue to go, you're still fighting with 1-1, 1 win apiece. You're still fighting to see who comes out with the title.
Absolutely. So we're.
I would definitely say though, Wyandotte got to see Washington on Friday. The women. So we're not doing that particular live,
right.
But they do have to see each other. So if Wyandotte bring to Washington what they brought today and try to prolong it through the whole game, they're going to give the Wildcats a fight.
Well, we will have the results for that because on Friday the 16th we'll be doing the boys Washington Wyandotte as the boys go into the doghouse. I can't help it. That's what I call it.
Come on, Mr.
It's the doghouse as Washington's boys go into the doghouse. So that'll be this Friday on the 16th. Join us here at the Kansas City, Kansas Sports Show. We'll have a pregame. We'll start at 6:30 on that evening, and Dr. J and Coach Fennell will bring you the live action at 7 o'clock.
I'm looking forward to also seeing those Stallions versus Sumner boys game that's coming up on the 20th.
That's coming up on the 20th.
That there I think is going to be, and it's going to be at Sumner. I think that's going to be an electrifying matchup and bring some excitement because Sumner boys have some players there that can go. And then with Coach Kelly Newton over there at Sligo.
Going against Coach Collins.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a great matchup.
Yeah, both those teams will be ready to play. I guarantee you that they'll be ready to play. And finally, on the 23rd of February, the girls from Wyandotte and Harmon will take the court. That should be interesting. Yeah, especially if Wyandotte can hold off Washington. That would be a very interesting matchup to see how that plays out as well. So you can see all that action right here on from the MSTC studios and from KCK Public School Network. We'll bring you all that action live. Like I said, all the boys' games will start at 7 p.m. Girls' games will start at 6 p.m. Join us a half hour early for each of those as we talk about the the players and give our insight onto each one of those. Any final thoughts?
No, it was a good game. I mean, I just feel like it was a great game. You know, we all came in nervous thinking that Sumner was going to come out like they did Friday and blow Wyandotte out.
I wasn't nervous.
But I was very excited to see that it was a really good game, and that was not the case at all. The Bulldogs held their ground. Yes, they started to pull away that fourth quarter, but the Bulldogs held their ground in their home court.
Okay, Coach?
Yeah, what I'm going to say is everyone thought that this was going to be a Wilt Chamberlain. That's what we thought. We thought it was going to be a 50-piece by the end of the day. But what happened is Wyandotte continued to fight. They played a good game.
Yep.
I love to see that in our conference games to where they are fighting and playing and not giving up. And instead of being on that end of it, they kept it, to a McNugget. So we'll keep it at that.
Well, my final thought, and we talked about it earlier, and watching the Kansas City, Kansas public schools, these teams staying in, fighting hard, and you had mentioned it in regards to homegrown coaching, homegrown talent, homegrown atmosphere, period, for these kids. And it's great to see. I'm excited to see more as time goes on. I'm excited to see it spread to other sports as well, not just boys and girls basketball, but watch it spread over into football, into soccer, and everything else. So having that homegrown talent is I'm sorry, it's just unreplaceable. So that's our coverage for tonight. You're watching the Kansas City, Kansas Sports Show here on the Kansas City, Kansas Public Schools Network. I'm Chuck Holmes. It's been Coach Janae Jones, Coach Mo, for Dr. Jarius Jones and Coach Larry Furnell and all the production crew. Thank you for watching. We'll see you Friday night for Washington and Wyandotte as they square off. We'll see you at 6:30 on Friday night, February 16th. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.